Yeah, welcome back. Part 2 of Tristam Island. Now, that was last night was part 1 and we kind of hit a bug in it. But I spoke to the developer and we should be able to like get around that. So he's going to release a new version with the fixing. So that'll be out soon. But yeah, basically I'll start from the beginning because we didn't really do a lot last time. I won't read the descriptions out in real time. I'll just make sure that it's on the screen like properly, which I didn't last time. Yeah, we got the game. That's the game splash screen. So yeah, we're stuck on Tristam Island. The plane crashed. It's running on an Amiga because that was better for the like the presentation and the speed as well. So yeah, it was really good fun until we hit that brick wall. But like I say, he's changing the code, so we'll see how it goes. Now I've got to check that everything is working because last time, like I say, I forgot to switch the screen so you could hear me talking, but it still had the web page on. So right, so you can see the immaculate beach, you can see the camera, you can hear the sound, you can probably hear the music, but that's neither here nor there. So that's cool. Right, so if I just put that on. Okay, so we're stuck on the island. We're on the south side of the island. We're not really carrying a lot, so we're on an immaculate beach. So basically I'll quickly go around the island because that's quite easy. So from the south to the east to the north to the west, quickly do the stuff that I've found already, which is about 3 things, and then we can have a good bash at carrying on working out about how to do fishing. So okay, let's get rid of that. So we're on the immaculate beach, south side. The exits are northeast and west, so I'll go northeast same way as before. So we go north, so we're in the cove, and it indicates that there's something happening in the water. When you go east into the ocean, it says it looks like this is a good place for fishing. So we go back west onto the beach, into the cove, and then we've got northwest, and so on the northeastern tip of the island, we can go west. So it's all coastal, it's all cliffs, and there's forests here, which you'll see. So here we find the first sign of human life on the island, a trace of human life on this island, and then you spot something else. A rickety looking platform is resting on the beach right against the side of the cliff. So there's a platform that you can pull, which you'll see in a minute, to get up the cliff. So so if I examine the boat, there's a compartment, open compartment. You can see a rod, a net and a fishing knife. Now to start with, your inventory is quite small, so I'm going to just take the rod. But what I'll do here as well, if it's in the compartment, you don't, even if you found say the knife, you know it's in the compartment, but when you look you don't see it. So what we have to do is just get the knife, and then I'll drop the knife and leave it there. Carry on around the island. Oh, we can examine the platform just to show you that. So it's a pulley system to get up the cliff. So if we enter the platform and pull rope, what you'll see here is that there's ultimately it says you should try this again when you feel more rested and have more energy. Eating a good meal will be a good start. So we kind of see, well, there's a place good for fishing, we've got a fishing rod, and it's the game saying that you know, more energy, eating a good meal will be useful. So let's exit the platform. Go west. No, go southwest. So again, northwestern cliffs. So it's kind of like north of the island, northwest, northeast. South of you is a narrow strait, and the beach continues to the northeast. So we go south. Like I say, I'm skipping these because we've already seen these in part 1, these locations. Southeast, it's just to give you a flavour of the island. Southwest. And then we go east. And we got a sandy beach. And here you can go north. Into the woods, into the forest. So here we found a mossy rock. So if we examine the rock, it's a large lopsided rock, but there's critters underneath. So if we examine critters, yeah, so you spot a few thick worms. Now we tried fishing before, but you need bait, so obviously worms. Put worm on. Yeah, it's in your inventory as well, just to show you. Put worm on rod, put worm on line. First point. We've got a fish on the rod. We've got the bait on the rod. And if you try fishing in the bit earlier in the water, it says it looks like the fish are ignoring the bait. Why not try, you know, why not? It needs something colourful to attract their attention. So here, same location, if you examine the trees, and you see the small flowers display every shade between dark orange and bright yellow. So it's here that we hit the problem. We couldn't get the flowers or cut flowers, so I just want to see what happens now. And this is live, no editing or at all. Yeah, you pick a flower from the tree, choosing a particularly bright one. So great, that's worked. So we can progress now. So I'm just guessing, put flower on rod. You pierce the hook through the flower. Its bright colour should hopefully lure fish to take the bait. Brilliant. Also, what we found last time was if you go north from here, there's no exits from this part apart from south now. But you examine the stones, so we see like a big cliff and there's weird white stones there embedded in the cliff. You kind of work out, it looks like a staircase. So we try and climb the stones. Covered in inches of mud. So covered in inches of mud, so clean stones. We clear off some of the mud near one of the white rocks, revealing that the rock is indeed has been carved in straight lines in a rectangular shape. You sigh, contemplating the size of the task at hand. So you're much too tired and weak to undertake such a task. So again, that indicates we need to concentrate on the fish, the rod, doing a bit of fishing. So there's two ways of getting up the cliff. One is through the platform, and one is with the stairs. So let's check our score. We got 3 out of a possible 150. That's basically where we were before. So the rest of this is new then. Oh, okay, so we go back south to the to the beach, and then we go northeast, and we go east. So we go east, and we've got northeast. You can examine there's quite a lot of examining you can do. That's interesting. The boulder's not actually in that location, so it takes you northeast. So what we'll do, we'll head to the cove. That seems quite a nice little base at the moment. If you remember, there was a net as well, so I'm just going to drop the rod there. Go northwest. Pick up everything that we found so far. Yeah, you see what I mean? It didn't show us the net, so we get the net as well. Southeast, back to the cove. We'll put everything tidily in one area. Interestingly, you can't drop all or take all. Or you can drop all. You can't get all. See, I tried that before and it said can't do it. That's interesting. So it looks like that possibly needs looking at. So anyway, I want to drop everything. It doesn't let you drop the matches because it's the only chance to make a fire. So what I'll do is just, if we examine everything, examine the knife. There's probably a blade to gut fish. There you go, another clue. It's slightly curved 6-inch blade and a wide wooden handle. Examine the net. The fishing net is very long and a rectangular shape with floats on one side and weights on the other. You doubt you could use it yourself. Yeah, so it's meant to catch fish, but you hold it vertically in the water and it's structurally sound. Okay, so that's everything. So now we can try fishing. I'm just going to get the rod. East. We're in the water and it looks like it's a good area for fishing. So I'm just going to fish. You cast the line towards the fish and wait patiently. You're about to give up when suddenly you feel the line tense up. You got one. You carefully reel it in and grab the fish firmly by its tail. The fish is grey, about 7 inches long, and should make a nice meal. 5 points. Okay, we'll head back to the beach. Ooh. Head back to the beach. A shadow passes over you. You look up and see a huge white albatross descending towards you. The bird is magnificent and its enormous wingspan makes it look bigger than you. You recoil a little bit and instinctively protect your fish. The albatross lands near you and looks at you intently. See, now I'm thinking we should give it the fish. Maybe it'll make a kind of a friend. Give fish to bird. You raise the fish above your head and the albatross perks up. You throw the fish in front of you and the albatross catches it in mid-air. You watch the albatross gulp the fish down quickly. It then lets out a satisfied squawk. The albatross takes flight and disappears somewhere behind some rocks. You sigh. You're going to have to try to fish again. So hopefully we can fish quite a bit. But suddenly the albatross comes back and lands near you. In his beak there is some kind of stick. Oh right, cool. He throws it your way and you catch it. You could swear you saw the albatross nod at you before taking flight again, this time for good. Okay, so he's given us a stick. This is a stick the albatross dropped on you after you gave it the fish. It's a few inches long and hollow with a few holes in its side. Oddly enough, it looks like some sort of flute. Play flute. You blow the small stick, which makes a high-pitched noise that you can barely hear. After a few seconds, you see the albatross approaching, and it flies above you a few times, surveying the scene. It then lands near you and looks at you straight in the eye. Its glare is confused and maybe even angry. It tilts its head to the side, seemingly wondering why you called for help, and that it is what you're expecting, and what it is that you're expecting. It finally lets out a frustrated squawk and flies away. Okay, so it looks like he'll help you if you play the flute. You can like summon him. Okay, cool. So what are we carrying? We've got... Okay, so I'm going to drop the stick. And we need to get another fish. So if I fish... Oh, we need the... We might need everything. Okay, there is nothing on the hook, so we need a worm and the flower south. I'll just head back to the south of the island into the forest. Oh. North. We should be able to get flower. Get worm from under the rock. Okay, put flower on rod. Get rod. No, get worm. Put worm on rod. Okay, so that's fully loaded now. Go back to the southeast and then north a bit. Go back into the water and fish. Yeah, great, so that's repeated itself. So we've caught another fish. The albatross doesn't come back, so that's good. So the fish is a normal fish. Now I'm guessing we have to do a fire as well, only because we've got the matchbook, but if I eat the fish it's going to be raw. So it's not like sushi, it's proper. Yeah, you should probably make a campfire. Okay. So I'm gonna drop the fish, and the only bit I've seen wood. Oh, okay. That's okay, we're only carrying one thing. If I drop the rod, carrying the fish, and then we've got some space to maneuver. So really, that was possibly the only place to get wood, which I think we did in the part 1. We did some command. You'll have to watch the previous one if you want to see what we did. But it was like we yeah, high low spec. Yeah, basically there was a bug in the game where if your inventory was full and you tried to get the flower, it came up with that message. The developer knows about it, so I kind of circumnavigated that problem. It's not to say we won't see any others, but he's aware of it and he's gonna change the code. So yeah, so we kind of debugging it, QAing it if you like. But yeah, that was the reason why. It was get flower, pick flower, all of that we were trying. I've just done that a minute ago actually. I don't know if you saw that. I don't know when you came in. But yeah, it seems that bit seems to be working fine if your inventory's got a bit of space in it. So so now actually that's the bit I was talking about, where we did a command and we got some firewood. Do you remember? And I do not know, I cannot remember what it was, but ultimately I'm going to just try, I'm going to examine the trees. Was it here or was it north? There's like two locations with the, let me try examine wood. So it's not there. I don't know if it obviously tells you, it's like, you know, is there branches or is there examine wood again. Yeah, totally an inventory bug. Oh, I'm just going to try cut trees. Okay, so can I just get wood? The whole of the wood. Okay, so we need firewood. Oh, drift. I wonder if there's driftwood on the beach. Oh no, I've gone too far. Oh wait a minute, I was in the wrong place to get the wood, wasn't I? Try here. Yeah, okay, so you could just pick it up. You spend quite a lot of time trying to find wood that could be used to light a fire. You managed to gather enough wood. I think we did cut wood, didn't we, or cut trees, and it ended up being, oh actually that's get wood. But most of it is damp, yeah, and we worked out, I think, because in the help it says you can examine sky, so you can see if you're in a hot place or a shaded place by looking at the sky. So if we go back to where all our stash is, in the cove, I'm just gonna drop the wood here. Yeah, space the sticks apart so they dry. There is some sun here. There would be more on the north side of the island. Maybe that matters, maybe it doesn't, I don't know, but I'll keep it there for the moment. So they still look very damp, so there's probably a ticking clock going on for that. Can't drop that. Can't think of anything else to actually look at. It's definitely the fish. We could try, I'm just thinking, what happens if you try and get the flour when you don't particularly need it, i.e. we've got the fish, can we still get a worm and a flour? You can. So can we get the worm? Yeah. This is really just to time passes. I could have probably done weight. Go north. Yeah, can I put flour on the rod? I'm not carrying the rod. Oh cool, that's good. For completeness, I'm going to get that worm. I'll do my head in if we just have the flour on the rod. So get the worm, go south, go east, northeast. Put worm on rod, so that's loaded up if we need to get more fish. So, okay. So if I examine the wood, that's good, so they're dry. Now, can I get the wood? I'm going to say, yeah, that's okay. I don't need to carry the wood to light it. No, I don't like I don't like the verb make particularly. We need to light fire with matches. With matches. Oh, okay. Yes, yes. We need the knife. Which is true. You wouldn't want to cook a fish that's got all its insides in. That's interesting. So gut fish actually takes us through the process of striking the match, lighting the fire. That's pretty neat. So we obviously got everything in place and carrying everything correctly to light the fire. Nice one. So we've got our stamina back. I'm just going to try saving. Can we save? Oh. Oh, okay. Not sure. That's not a problem with the game. That's probably a problem with the Amiga itself. The way I've set it up. I'll have to sort that out. Keep it running. I don't suppose RAM save. No. Alright, I'll have to save a snapshot once we've finished. Okay, so we've eaten. Therefore, we should be able to. Oh, and the matchbook as well. The matchbook's disappeared because we've used it. So I'm just gonna. Oh, I'll keep the knife. Take the net because we haven't used that. Go south, southwest. So we should be able to go up those steps now. We've got our stamina back. Climb steps. Climb steps. Oh, come on. Steps. Oh, okay, yeah, we have to clean the mud off first. Clean steps. Oh, that's interesting. So we still can't do that. You're much too tired. Oh, do we need to sleep? The floor of the... Oh, it's okay. So we do have to... Well, we can sleep, but it's the floor isn't particularly comfy. Maybe there would be a way to sleep higher up. So what does that indicate? That indicates climb a tree. Oops, what about on the beach? We've only ever done that once. That was by accident. Slept on a beach. Sleep. Okay, so it just stops you doing it there as well. So it does have to be somewhere higher. All the other places are either on the coast or forest. What did it say? Did it say something like, just go back to where the wood is? So the critters there, yeah. Sleep. Sleep higher up. Sleep higher up, so that indicates. Oh wait, yeah. Maybe the fishing net, because it was quite a big thing, it takes more than one person to hold it in the sea. And it's sturdy, structurally sturdy, so maybe that hammock. Would that work as a hammock, or do I have to find some rope? Make hammock. It's a bit of a long shot, but you take you take the large fishing net and start making it a hammock. By chance, there are two solid looking trees that are spaced just right. You open the fishing net and tie the ends around the trees as solidly as you can. The result looks like a perfect hammock. Oh, cool. Bit of logical thinking there, but cool. I'm surprised that worked. So, can I... What am I carrying? I don't want to get eaten by anything or... sleep. Cool. This net should be sturdy enough. After all, it is made to catch a lot of fish and not break. You climb inside the hammock, which bends under your weight. The net's knots are digging into your back, but you find a way to be comfortable. You close your eyes and finally get a restful sleep you needed. You wake up in the morning bursting with energy and ready to explore the island. That's cool. So it's a case of... Okay, so the hammock stays there. It's a case of, do we go up the platform or do we go up those steps? And I'd like to... I think the platform would be more fun, just because I want to see what it is as you use it. And it could be that when we go up, we kind of go west a bit and it takes us back to where this would bring you out. Let's go south, east, northeast, north. I'm going to take the stick. Don't think we need the fishing rod. Yeah, platform. I agree. Small stick and a fishing knife. So that's good. So we've used objects. They're not relevant at the moment. We're not struggling for working out which object to take with us. So we go northwest. Into platform. I like that. Mind in your head. That's kind of what you do if it was a dodgy bit of metal there. So you enter the platform. I think it's probably the same description. Yeah, so it looks like a bucket and it's a very long rope is tied to its metal handle up to a pulley mechanism. The other end of the rope is lying on the beach. Okay, I'm just going to try pull rope. Whoa, okay. You start pulling on the rope and the platform just slowly ascends. It takes a lot of effort to pull your own weight up. However, you feel well rested and the effort isn't insurmountable. The lip of the cliff is getting closer. which only strengthens your resolve. You manage to climb up the cliff safely. You tie the rope to the railing of the platform. The top of the hill is rather flat, forming a vast plateau. You look around you, and your heart fills with joy. Incredibly, there are a dozen buildings here of various sizes, and all fairly recent looking. The tallest one being the radio tower at the southwest, and the most imposing one being the tall white house looming in the backdrop to the east. White House, I wonder if that's Zork. It all seems surreal, but there it is. The island was inhabited by several dozen people at some point. Now everyone seems to have gone, but there is probably a lot of things lying around that could be useful. Not to mention, the radio might still be in working condition, and you might be able to figure out how to use it to call for help. Your chances of survival have drastically gone up. Cool, cool. So we know it's inhabited, or at least it has been inhabited. There's a lot of modern tech, because I think it said a radio tower. Yeah, radio tower. Oh, so we're outside the storehouse. You are near the edge of the cliff. There is a platform here, hanging via a rope and pulley mechanism above a beach. This was probably used for fishing. The building here towards the west is larger than most other ones in the village and doesn't have any windows. It looks like the island's storehouse. Its door was left open, and you can see there still are a few things inside on its shelves. South is an overgrown garden, and southeast is the island's pub. Oh, cool. You can also go east to a house by the cliffs. Crikey, so we've got loads of options. Any idea? Any ideas? Just thinking, see, the island storehouse, the door was left open. Don't know if that's dodging. Village. I'm going to try the pub. I'll see what's in the pub. So if we go southeast from there. So you're outside the pub. The building in front of you has a sign displaying Ship and Anchor. Great name for a pub on this island, really. From the outside it doesn't really look like your classic English pub. No thatched roof here, just the same greenish corrugated tin roof you see everywhere on this island. But the building doesn't look in bad shape. Behind it to the west is a small garden. Paths lead northwest and southwest to other buildings, or east to go back to the town centre. Okay. You see, that's another example of where it's presumed we've come in from one side, from one entry into a location, because it says go east to go back to the town centre. Well, we've never been to the town centre. We've only been outside the storehouse. Yeah, I still think some of the descriptions need tweaking a little bit. Oh, I might have to start mapping this. Okay, so we're outside the pub. It's called the Ship and Anchor. What direction is it in? Behind it to the west, so behind it. Oh, okay, so it's probably enter pub west to the garden. If I go west, it should take us to that garden. So, okay, we've looked at the overgrown garden. I'm hoping there's only a few concise locations, just so we can cover this bit quite quickly, just at least to see the area. So I'm just going to put enter pub. Okay, open door. Oh, you're kidding. It's locked. So is that garden to the west of here? This seems to have been a long time ago some sort of vegetable patch. About a dozen shallow trenches have been dug here. They are now covered in weeds and tall grass. You're guessing the people living here were trying to grow a few vegetables to supplement a diet that mostly consisted of fish from the sea and canned food from the island storehouse, which you can see to the north. Okay, that ties in. So if we go north, we're basically going back to the storehouse. You are behind the island's pub, which is east of you. There's also a house to the south. I'll try the house to the south. Small house beside the pub. This is the last house of the village on this side of the island. It's rather small compared to the other ones on the island. It looks exactly the same as the other buildings here. It looks exactly the same as the other buildings here. It is fairly close to the steel tower, which is southwest, and behind the pub, which is northeast. North is an overgrown garden, and east are a few more houses. Been to the pub, we've been to the garden. Let's have a look at the steel tower. Base of the steel tower. A steel tower rises overhead, black against the sunny sky. This is an observation tower facing southeast, towards a small island you can barely distinguish from the horizon. The metallic mask at the top of the tower means it doubles as a radio tower, though you don't know where the controls are. It's an observation tower and a radio tower. The ladder is missing a few rungs, which makes you unable to climb it for now. You can go back to the little house to the northeast. You see a dirty sixpence here. Sixpence. Oh, come on. Spelling's awful. Sixpence. Oh, it took it. Oh, that's weird. Get sixpence, it's spelt incorrectly, it said taken. Sixpence spelt correctly was taken as well. I do. Okay, that's incorrect as well. So that logic needs looking at. We've got the sixpence. I won't try dropping this sixpence somewhere else and then picking up another sixpence. I don't know. I don't want to completely break the game. 1959. So does that indicate that this was vacated in 1959? The wooden ladder to climb up the tower is missing a few rungs, including the ones closest to the ground. You don't think you can manage to climb without fixing it first? Okay, so jump up. No, we don't. We definitely need to fix the ladder. We'll go back to the garden, or the pub, or the small house by the pub. For the easternmost houses, there was also. Let me just go back to the storehouse. Storehouse. What did it say? Southeast is to the pub, and east is to the house by the cliff. So we haven't been there. You're following a wide path along the northern cliff of the island. West is the island storehouse. East is a small shop, while going south behind the house leads to the island's pub. There is a small house here. The door might be unlocked. So house, examine house. So can I enter house? Small house by the northern cliffs. The light of the sun illuminates the inside of the small house. It's rather minimalist in there. There is a small sink, an empty pantry, a few lights, and a few chairs. The only way is out. So let's have a look at the sink. Oh yeah, and search is different to examine as well, even though it did say not worth it, but it is a different verb. Examine pantry. It did say there was a window when we were on the outside. So lights. Light is off actually, it's probably that there is no electricity on the island. Turn on lights. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it says there's, in the description it says a few lights, but then you examine lights and it says the light is off. Bit of a mismatch there as well. Can we actually get the light? Is it singular? No, okay, so it's in the ceiling. Examine the chairs. Ah, okay. Made of wood. Get chairs. Okay, smash chairs to get the wood for the ladder. No. Break chairs. Undo chairs. Maybe not. Thought maybe the rungs on them would be good for the ladder. Okay. Say too bulky. Can we get one? No, okay, so there's nothing there at the moment. The east is a small shop, while going south behind the house leads to the island's pub. We've been south. We've been west. So east, we'll go to the shop. This is a small shop with a wide window allowing you to peek inside the shop. The window has been painted with a crude logo displaying Harry's earthly pleasures. Judging by what you see through it, that shop has wares that were probably imported from the land. Hence the play on words. From the land. What does that mean? They're probably imported from the land. Cliffs advance to form a small tip to the north of here. You can also go east towards a wood shop or west towards a small house. Okay. So it doesn't indicate. The other thing is you can't just type exits to see what your exits are. So I can't tell. Can I go north? Yeah. Well, I suppose it does indicate that. Yeah, the cliffs advance to form a small tip to the north of here, which is what we're on. Okay. Atop the cliffs is a small grassy area that looks rather pleasant. From here, the immensity of the ocean is on full display. It feels like a nice area for a rest. Apparently, you're not the only one to have this idea. A few rocks have been placed here in a circle, and you can see the remnants of a fire in the centre of the circle. Looks like this was a popular picnic area. You can go back towards the small shop to the south. So let's have a look, do some examining. Examine area. Examine rocks. No fire has been lit here for a very long time. A few large rocks are arranged in a circle and a few chunks of wood are in the middle. The logs look dry enough to be set alight. Next to the fire there is an empty can of Spam. A can of Spam. That canned spiced ham, that really doesn't taste very good. It flipping does. Spam's lovely. Good in sarnies or even just chopping it up into a slice and putting it in your mouth. It's like cat food. A wartime delicacy, as Thatcher famously said. The British Army sure ate their shares during the war. We are guessing that if you're on an island in the middle of nowhere, trying to feed a dozen people for months on end, you don't have many options, and you have to resort to it. The menu here probably resembled the one in that Monty Python sketch. Maybe there are fewer Vikings around though. Yeah, of course it's harking back to Thatcher, Monty Python, Spam. It's crazy. Carrying that. I'd rather not, it's garbage at this point. Okay. Spam. Looks like this was a popular picnic area. Oh, there was wood, wasn't there? The logs look dry enough to be set alight. You can't think of a better spot for them. You'll leave them here so you can start a fire if needed. Okay, so we can start a fire, but we haven't got anything to light it with, so we probably don't have to do that quite yet. The only reason I can think of doing it is to keep warm, or is to signal, like off the cliff, signal a passing boat or whatever. Okay, so we go south. Let's go south. Back to the small shop. We can go east. Wood shop. From what you can see inside the large window at the front of the building, this is some kind of wood shop. Presumably someone here in charge of making or fixing all sorts of furniture and wooden objects for the whole island. You can see a sturdy looking table in the middle of the workshop. Another shop is next to this one to the west. Behind the wood shop you can see diesel generators to the south near the fence. Okay, so we've got some diesel generators which might be good for the power. The other shop is to the west, so we've been there. Can we enter wood shop? Open door. Okay. Furniture, wooden object. You can see diesel generators to the south. Okay, I just want to try north as well now. South. Let's see if we can start these babies. Dirt path leads to an small area. The dirt path leads to a small area off to the side, behind some shrubs and close to a fence closing off the White House. here, I think I've got to draw a map for this. Is that the White House we were at earlier? Here, 3 green machines stand still. It looks like they used to be the island's main power source. The power generators are all connected to a central tank, which would get filled presumably with diesel to keep the lights on. Yeah, and hopefully power the radio tower. Restarting them will give you a good chance of being able to call for help. So I need to find some diesel. Let's just see if we can get a bit more information. Reimposing green generators made of metal are here. The sticker, which is almost peeled off, says Lister diesel power generator 12 horsepower. The generators seem to have been modified to all get their fuel from a central tank, also painted green. They have seen better days. The paint on the flywheel is chipped and the crank shows some corrosion. Hopefully you can get them to run for a few hours so you can find the island's radio and send a call for help. Okay, so that's something else we can think about. I don't think, is there any other exits from here? It doesn't mention them. Okay. In the description it just says a fence close to the fence closing off the White House, doesn't say south. Okay. You are standing by an open field behind a fence, west of a white mansion with a closed front door. The fence is tall and there is a barbed wire at the top. I think this is the other, yeah, this is the other place that we didn't get to see, so obviously we've gone round a bit to get back to seeing this. The one near the cliff, I think. The fence is tall and there is barbed wire at the top. The door here allowed people to go in and out, but the guardhouse shows it was closely monitored. A sign by the guardhouse right behind the fence reads authorised personnel only. You can follow the fence by going north or southeast, or go to the centre of the village by going west. Okay, so we're heading back. Looks like back to the storehouse by going west from here. The dirt path to the southeast leads to a few houses near the edge of the village. I just want to go west. Just want to see if we have gone round in a circle. Oh no, we haven't. Centre of the village. Small shop. Okay, so it makes sense, the directions. We haven't quite gone west enough to get back to where we were. The chain link fence goes all around the field on which stands a white mansion. This of course makes you want to enter it and find out what is so important in it. It needed to be protected from everyone else on this island. But the fence is close to 10 feet tall and topped with barbed wire. Okay. I think what I'll do, it's been an hour. And this was like an impromptu play, this wasn't particularly planned. I just wanted to try to work out the bug to make sure I could get past it. We've actually progressed quite a long way. 28 score isn't bad. Managed to get up work out how to do the fish, worked out where to sleep, and we've actually gone up the cliff. And there's a load of buildings and places to explore, so what I'll do is in the next episode I'll actually start mapping it. I don't often do that, but this one I think I'll need to, because sometimes the norths and souths aren't obvious. They're not actually easily seen in the description. I think it would benefit a lot. But yeah, thanks for joining, that was really cool. It's quite nice again to be playing an informed game. Yeah, so we'll definitely have to have another go. I'll put another stream up for it for a few days time. I've got a ZX Spectrum stream later on tonight. Just some homebrew stuff that I've been meaning to do for a while. But yeah, this is really good. I'm really enjoying it now. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to tune in next time. Yeah, click the button. I think that helps to notify if I go live or something, just so you don't miss any other episodes. And there is a playlist as well. But yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. And take care. Look after yourselves. Don't be catching that bug. Yeah, see you later.